What's going on, A-Side family? It's your boy Truth. That's short for Truth Over Narrative. Welcome to another episode of the Moment of Truth. The Moment of Truth today. I got a special guest with me. Coming off his second round knockout, 11-0, non-knockouts. From California, now currently training at Gleason's. I got Kurt Scoby. What's going on, champ?
Salam. How are you guys?
I'm doing well, champ. So quick question: is it Scoby or Scoby? I hear people pronouncing it differently. Which one is it, champ? So we can get it right on this side.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get it right. It's Scoby.
Scoby. Okay. All right. Cool, man. So obviously, man, we're gonna get right into it, champ. Congratulations on your second round knockout the other night. How you feel coming off that performance?
Honestly, I'm ready to go, bro. I'm just ready to go. We never get complacent, so we right back in the gym.
Yeah. So I remember personally, I got a friend of mine who I used to train at his gym. The first time I saw you was on his undercard. That's Greg Outlaw. It was a Atlantic City undercard that you was fighting on.
Right.
I think you got a second round knockout against, I forgot the guy name. I think it was Emmanuel Rodriguez or something like that. And that was the first time I seen you. They kept saying your name. I pulled up your name on Twitter. I saw all these amazing pictures. But back to boxing. You was a late addition to that card here, this showbox card. How did that come about?
I just got the call, to be honest, and it was I was supposed to fight at Sony Hall actually tomorrow, but inshallah and God willing, he put me on the Showtime card, and he just called me and said, "You ready for this?" I was like, yeah, we being in the gym, 'cause we never not in the gym. You feel me? So
Okay.
when we get the call, we're always ready, man. So we got the call and we showed out and we showed them that we're ready.
Nah, that's a fact. Now, this card was a Lou DiBella Promotions showbox card. So, is it safe to say that you signed the Lou DiBella? Was that a one-off? Are you still a free agent? Like, what we looking like as far as, I guess, your promoter situation?
I keep that up to Allah Himself. So I'm not sure. I don't really look forward to anything. I'll just walk step by step and let Him take me to where I need to go. So not
Okay.
sure where we're going yet.
Okay, but that fight last week was a showbox. That was a showbox thing, though, right? That was
Through
not.
Lou DiBella, of course. Definitely Lou DiBella. He's the one that made the call too. So of course, we want to definitely thank him, and he's
Yeah.
a great guy, and I look forward to even just talking to him and meeting him in person as well.
Yeah, a lot of people got mixed feelings about Lou DiBella. I'm one of the mixed feelings guys, but if it's working for you, champ, much respect. You know what I mean?
Alhamdulillah.
Now, let's backtrack, man. You from a city called DeWarty, California.
Yes,
Um,
sir. The D on the
I'm
hat. Yes, sir.
now I'm from New Jersey. I've been to Cali. I've been to San Diego. I was in the military for a little bit, so I'm a little bit familiar with California. But that city in particular, I'm not real familiar with. How was it like growing up in that city in California?
It was very difficult at times. But there's no excuses for that because in the world there's a lot more difficulties. I mean, there was a lot of killings, a lot of violence, but I still figured out a way just to maneuver through the cracks. You know what I mean, and not turn myself into a statistic. You know what I mean. So
No,
that was my root of understanding that I have something special. You know.
yeah. No, I appreciate that, champ. Now, I seen in another interview, you said when you was 13, you lost your mom. You had to go to foster care. I know you had some younger siblings. You was the oldest, but I heard you talk about how you had to kind of show your siblings that you was the leader of the pack. Talk to me about that. I guess dedication to your siblings and your family at such a young age. Like, why was that important to you? Because at those ages, 13, yeah, we might have other siblings, but a lot of times we so entrenched in worrying about ourselves. Talk to me about your dedication to your siblings after that time with such a touch loss.
Alhamdulillah. Um, everything I hate to say it, everything happens for a reason. So The toughness had to come out of me. You know what I mean? And it definitely came out earlier than that. But I feel like my mom molded me to be like I said, the pack of the wolves. So when I went through all that, I had to learn to totally be a man faster than I. You know what I mean? I there was no kid. I couldn't play around and
Yeah,
couldn't do all the activities that other kids did. So me just learning from my mom the stuff that a dad should be teaching, I learned from my mom. So learning that and understanding that everything happens for a reason, and just, you know what I mean, just
yeah,
lead by example, and that's what I
yeah,
did, and I'm still
yeah.
doing it now.
Now we're not going to stay too personal, but one thing again that I want to point out or talk about, for the younger kids that's growing up in tough areas all around the United States, how did you how was you able to deal with the pain of losing your parent, especially your mother, at such a young age? Like, what did you do with that pain? How were you able to deal with that at such a young age, losing a parent?
To be honest, man, I just buckled up. You know what I mean? I understand that you have to of course you're gonna have your down times, but you can't have too much of downtime. You know what I mean? You got to be able to buckle up and knuckle up. That's what my mom always tell me. So not like, I hate to say it, but like, not to get too personal, but my mom used to sell drugs in order to like help us out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, well, why is my mom leaving so late in the night? You know what I mean? And my mom,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
ask her like, why are you leaving so late in the night? And she'd be like, man, money don't sleep. And
Mm,
she's like, when a lot of these men go to sleep at night, so I gotta take their customers. So what I took that and I flipped it around and said, okay, well, my all my opponents are asleep at certain times, but
yeah,
I'm awake at all times. So I had to learn and understand. Okay, well, I can't sell drugs because first off, I will end up dead or in jail. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
learning that and flipping it and understanding that my work ethic could be transformed to that, man, I knew that it could go further than what I needed to go, and I'm still going. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
to understand that, and hopefully I answers your question.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean? That's where the pain and the dedication comes from.
no. I appreciate that, champ. What age did you get introduced to boxing?
I used to fight a lot, so I would say every day, to be honest. At the age of, I would say 9, and I took off from there, and I was also playing football as well, just to keep
Yeah.
myself away from the streets. You know.
Hmm. Yeah. Now to pivot to football, man. For those who don't know, you started out at Fresno State.
Hmm.
Then you actually, I believe, you transferred to Azusa Pacific.
Correct. Correct.
And I challenge anybody that's on this live that's watching right now. I see we got like 16, 17 people in here. To
Gotcha.
go look up your highlights in college. Like you was a dog. Like a real, like you had real talent. Like you wasn't just a guy that was just out there to be out there. Like you was starting running back. You had a bunch of yards. I even saw an article that was talking about you could possibly, I think in high school, like the first 2 games, you had like 500 rushing yards almost or something like that. Talk to me about that college experience being a running back in college. Like, what was that like?
It was great. Like I said, it molded me to who I am now. Like every like the work never stops. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I think that's what I just outworked anybody and everybody that was around me as much as I can. You know what I mean? So it's not to sound cocky or I'm just confident in myself because I knew that I had to outwork everybody. I was the smallest dude on the field, but that gave me the more motivation to understand. Like, okay, well, you gonna have to outwork me in order to get where I'm at. You know what I mean? So
facts,
I just pushed. I just pushed harder than I needed to
facts. Now, why boxing over football?
because it's a one man sport. I can answer that right away, and I feel like boxing is what you put in. You know what I mean? And football is 11-man sport where you got to worry if somebody else is like missing a rep or showing up to practice. You got to worry about that. So for me, it was like, okay, well, boxing, I know that I'm not gonna miss practice. I'm not gonna miss a rep. I'm gonna do extra. So I knew there was a huge difference in that. It was an individual sport. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of people that understand that because
Mhm.
they understand that boxing is an individual sport. So I took it further than I need to.
Yeah. Now, how was your transition from the ring to the field? Well, from the field to the ring, excuse me.
it was to me it was easy because like I said, I train every day. It was just instead of going to the football field, I was going to the boxing ring. Of course, I had to lose the weight and I had to stop eating 4x4s from In-N-Out. I was eating them every day, man, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had to stop doing that. And I was like, damn, I gotta lose this weight. I couldn't really punch. I was like, man, my coach just said, keep coming, keep going, and it's gonna fall off your shoulders. I'm like, all right, bet. Wearing sauna suits, and it finally, man, it paid off, and I just stayed disciplined and stayed understanding that I can go far in this sport.
yeah, yeah. I feel like you're looking at my phone, champ, because my next question was I saw somewhere that you was damn near 215. Now I know you campaigning at 140. How you get from 215 pounds down to the 140 area in preparation for fights? How hard was
I
that?
got 139. Let's correct that real quick.
Okay, hey,
139 is different from
139.
140.
Hey, yeah,
Nah, man.
139.
I honestly, I stayed disciplined and I understood that if I want to do boxing, I'm not gonna be fighting Deontay Wilder. That's what we're not doing. You know what I mean? And I got down to 152. I was slowly progressing because I was like, man, like I don't lift weights anymore. I'm like every day was weights. Every day was weights, squats. I was in the band. I was doing everything I can to be who like to be dominating on that football field. So
Yeah,
I had to lose the weight, man, and it took me so long, and there was times where it was like it got hard, and I was like, okay, but everything that you want in life is hard, but nothing's easy, so it just took time. You know what I mean?
yeah. Now anybody that talked to you, champ, like you could clearly see that you were devout Muslim. You know,
Alhamdulillah.
um, talk to me about how Islam and staying on your deen is helping you currently in the sport of boxing.
It's discipline, man. It's discipline to understand that you have to be dedicated to yourself and Allah. You know what I mean? So whenever I pray so much, man. So when I pray to Him, and and when you pray, it helps you understand yourself. You're at peace. You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah,
get down and do a prayer.
yeah,
You may get down and do a prayer and be mad, but by the time you get done with that prayer, you're one of the happiest people as you can be, and that's because of Him. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I every fight I go to, man, even, I don't care if it's out of state or out of the country, I find a mosque to go to the day before or the day of my fights, and it's paid off in so much. And I always pray that like whatever platform Allah puts me on, I just wish that He puts me on a platform that He lets people know who He is through me. You know what I mean? So that's
mm,
what He wants, and that's what I do. You know.
yeah. Now, were you always Muslim? Is this something that you've been since birth, or when were you introduced to Islam?
I was reverted into Islam, and it was like what 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
And now I've heard, just like one of my other favorite fighters, Stephen Fulton, cool boy, that you have actually fought during Ramadan. How was that experience?
I was actually disappointed that I had to do that,
Mm,
um, because to be a Devar Islam, you know what I mean. You have to understand that Ramadan is everything. To complete a full Ramadan is precious. So that won't be happening this year. You know what I mean? That will not.
yeah,
I, I anything I go into or any promoter I talk to, any manager, all my managers know that we don't fight during Ramadan. So I got that done and over with. So I don't put that out there too.
yeah. Now you are a obviously coming from 215. Even seeing you in the ring, you're a very strong looking guy, very muscular guy, very
Yeah.
intimidating looking guy. But when you talk, you speak with so much humility. What do you think is the foundation of the humility that you, I guess, show in your everyday life and conversations?
Trial and error, to be honest. Trial and error, definitely. I went through so much in my life that I have to understand to, you know what I mean? I had to understand to really be down for myself.
Yeah,
I mean, I was down for everybody else, but I wasn't down for myself. So understanding that the words that I speak, I have to, you know what I mean? I have to preach them. You know what I mean? If I'm preaching, I have to teach them, you know?
yeah. No, that's a fact. Now I see that during the pandemic, man, you paid $11 for a plane ticket from Cali all the way over to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Um, How was that? Like when you was doing that and going to New York, did you have a place to stay already? Did you already
I
talk to people?
I went to, yeah, I went. It was that was the hardest part of the times, because it was during the pandemic and I was getting on a plane where it was empty. Like I book I'll book like the cheapest one, and I get on the plane, like I can sit anywhere on this plane. I'm like, man, and it was like the worst time. I was like, I was moving around during the hardest part of the time, where I was sleeping on my boy Scrappy's house.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was sharing his bed with me. He's actually fighting tomorrow.
Scrappy
John
remember.
Ramirez. Yeah, and he opened up his house to me,
Mm,
and his mom was like, everybody was so precious. So for him to do that for me, man,
yeah.
it like helped me out so much, because I didn't have a place to stay. People
Mm,
were picking me out during the hardest part of the time, and I could easily give up, but we were at the gym every day. We were in the basement, in the garage, jump roping in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? So to
yeah.
go through those trial and error, you have to understand that if I can go through this, I can go through anything. So that $11 ticket, bro, I came to New York and understood that I had a goal and had a mission.
Yeah, no, that's fire, champ. Now, how you end up training at Gleason's?
It took trial and error. Everything in my life, man, is trial and error. So I we ended up, like, all the gyms were closed during the pandemic. So
Yeah.
um everything started at the park. We were jump roping and like doing mitts in the park. So it didn't really start at Gleason's. We were starting at the Dumbo Park, to be
Mm,
honest. So I met Don Saxby, man. Don Saxby literally changed my life, and Leon Camp Taylor changed my life, like, night and day. You know what I mean? And I came to them with no skill, and I came to them, and I can't even recognize myself. I look at my amateurs back then. I'm like, man, who is that? You know what I mean? Compared to
yeah.
what I am now, I'm still going. You know.
Yeah, yeah, nah, for sure. And I know you in Gleason's with Juan Guzman, you know, multiple weight champion. And this next question come from my boy, Broadway Joel, who we call a voice of Dominican boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
I see you got that Dominican flag in your bio. What's that? Talk to me about that. What's
It's
that
down
about?
the roots. I'm actually Moroccan. It's down the roots, but I'm actually Moroccan.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So you got some Dominican roots.
Man, it's just crazy because we got so much of down the roots, and we
Yeah,
all took a DNA test, man. We got everybody in us. You know what I mean? So if I could put a flag in my bio, I'm putting everybody. I'm everything. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
nah, I feel you, champ. I see that you helped Devin Haney prepare for Cambosis. What was that experience like working with Devin Haney? I know he got one of the best jabs in the sport of boxing. Obviously, whether ESPN or any one of these top publications want to rank him there, I do
Right,
believe he is one of the top fighters in the sport of boxing today. How was that
right.
experience, and what kind of knowledge did you get working with Devin Haney for
It
that
was
fight?
it was great. It was like from top to bottom. I had to understand that it was his camp, but I don't go to people's camps to be a sparring partner. But, like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean. I go there with a different mindset, and I learned so much on how they work and how they navigate and how they schedule things. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So to understand how he's a world champ, so how do they work out? How do they get, you know what I mean, get sparring, and how they eat? And I just seen all that. You know what I mean? It just made me understand. Okay, well, I'm headed down the same path, because we're not too far off with how our schedules and how they do things. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
like, yo, Dev, man, I give him so much props, because he's also a Muslim brother too as well. So, you know what I mean? It was a great just to be in that atmosphere with them. You know?
Now, champ, it seemed like you always in the right spots at the right time, man. I see you got the Box Raw cosign. I see you doing a lot of, like, stuff with Box Raw. I even seen you on the episode of Raising Canaan, man. Like how did that come about?
Like you said, man, being at the right place at the right time, and I don't know. It's Allah. He's putting me in these perfect places, man, and I couldn't thank him enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And just being at the right place at the right time, and having a good voice and understanding people and being able to talk and articulate your words and understand people go a long way. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, for sure. Now you 11-0, non-knockouts. We just seen you on Friday. When can the fans realistically expect you to see you back in the ring, and how active do you want to be in the year 2023?
I want to fight 6 times, just 6 more times. to be honest.
Yeah,
And that just comes with just whatever my team says. I'm a team player, so
yeah,
whatever my team says, we gonna get it done. You know what I mean? But one thing we will not be is we won't be not active. You know what I mean? Because we stay in the gym, we stay healthy, we eat healthy, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't do none of those things that other people do. You know what I mean? But we do stand on a lane and we do understand the plan.
yeah. Now, describe me. I guess what you would consider your fighting style, and are there any fighters that you modeled your style after?
Uh, Everybody, to be honest, I look at so many things that I'm like, okay, I like that. I like Earl Spence's jab. I like Crawford's abilities. I like everybody. Everybody's. I like one of my favorite boxers is Andre Ward. To be honest,
Yeah, Andre Ward,
yeah,
man.
chip him. He chips people away, and no matter what he does, he's going to get the win because I mean he just figures it out. You know what I mean, finds a way.
No, that's another guy, champ. Great fighter inside the ring. Outside of the ring, I don't know, but yeah, yeah, you like it, I love it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir.
Nah, facts. So currently today, obviously, you said Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. Who may be like five of your top current fighters that's in the game today?
Kurt Scooby, Kurt Scooby,
Mm,
Kurt Scooby,
mm.
Earl Spence, Crawford.
Dylon. That's what I'm talking about.
Allah,
Okay,
Allah, Allah, Allah.
okay. So if let's just say we was possibly getting the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, who you favor in that matchup?
Uh, the fans win that fight.
Ah, come on, chat.
I'm sorry, man. The fans win that fight. That's just such a good fight, man. I don't know, man. It could go either way, but the fans are winning. If we ever get it, the fans get it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, somebody got to win the fight because
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
the fans don't get to split that purse, so somebody got to win the
Yeah,
fight. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a
Nah,
fact.
if you had a choice at 140, no timetable, none of that involved, who you think would be your next three opponents if you had your own choice?
I can't answer that, brother, because
Mm,
I'm focused on myself.
okay. I think we lost you, champ. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I got you back. I got you back.
Yeah, I'm my
Um,
own opponent, so I don't really look forward to um doing that. You know what I mean? I don't really do that. Sorry, bro.
so nah, and that's fine. So basically, with that being said, champ, like that means that you're not turning no smoke down because if you're not looking at opponents to fight, that means that whatever name that come across your desk or your email, if it makes sense and it make dollars, you taking the fight.
We will be ready.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, now, just we know 140 is the toughest, probably top three deepest divisions in boxing. Um, Josh Taylor was former undisputed champion. Obviously, you still got to say he number one. He did give up his belts for whatever
Right.
reason. How do you feel about Josh Taylor? Have you watched him? What you think about him
And
as far as
all these guys are great. I mean, they're the top guys for a reason. Um, they're there. You know what I mean? They're just there. And when the time comes, somebody's gonna be the top of the cream of the crop. You know what I mean?
yeah?
But as of right now, we're gonna keep working.
Nah, for sure. Now, in reference to training, what's some of your boxing drills that you think like your drills or workouts that's like your favorites that hey, well, today we got
Yeah.
this drill or that, and I love this.
I like steps. I like just taking step by step, working on the jab. Okay, let's just do my steps. I don't really do too much. I just stick to the basics. You know what I mean? The basics will go far in boxing.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Gotcha.
Now, what's some of your workouts that you maybe not so fond of? I know, of course, it's work. It all got to be done. All work is easy work. We know that.
Yeah.
But we still got our things that we like and we don't like. What's something that
There's nothing I don't like, to be honest. Like my coach has been telling me to take 2 weeks off, but like I get fidgety when I'm just chilling. I love everything. You know what I mean? I try to play chess just to keep my mind going, but I love every workout that I do. every
sure.
workout. And there's this I have a trainer named Slavik Popka. He's from Ukraine, and the workouts we do are completely are different. You know what I mean than anybody else does. You know what I mean.
Okay. Okay.
So
No,
the
that's
stuff
dope.
that we do, like I do ice baths just to freak myself out. You know what I mean, to put myself in the worst state of mind. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that ice baths ain't no joke, man. I can't even have my shower past medium. So you
Yeah,
say,
man, you got to. You got to get it done and put yourself in the worst state of mind.
yeah, nah, that makes sense. Okay, champ. So now I want to get into a little section I like to call a ring walk. I ask you a couple maybe boxing or not so boxing related questions
Right.
and just see how you think.
Right.
Um, have you ever had any jobs outside of boxing?
Of course, I worked at Starbucks. I was the buffest barista there was. Yeah, man. I used to work at Starbucks, and I used to work at this moving company called Two Men in a Truck.
Okay, I heard of that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard that.
man. That was a great experience because I seen these houses that these millionaire people were living in, and I'll be moving all the stuff in there, and I'm like, okay, well, this is my house. I'll be moving the boxes in the room and unpacking them like literally like I thought it was my house. So
Yeah.
everything I was doing was I was manifesting and understanding. Okay, this is mine. This is mine. This is mine. You know what I mean? But it got me to the situation where I believed everything I was saying, and everything is coming true.
Okay. Nah, that's fire.
So.
Now I seen that you got married and now you living in Pennsylvania. How
I haven't
you
got married. I haven't got married, but
okay?
yeah, I live in
Okay, well I see
Pennsylvania.
that you know, okay,
Inshallah, inshallah.
okay,
So,
okay. Well, hopefully soon as to come. Let me not assume, right? Um,
yeah, yeah. But
how,
yeah, I got we bought a house in Pennsylvania, and it's beautiful, man. It's a long ways from home from DeWitt, California. Instead of running from bullets, we're looking at deer and beer. I mean, not bear, but bears and all that. So it's a whole different atmosphere. You know what I mean? So being in the woods is very secluded. We got a ring in the house, so training always is on go. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 for sure. If you could go back in time and tell 13-year-old Kurt Scooby something, what would you tell yourself?
I wouldn't go back in time, to be honest.
Mm,
I would
mm,
not, because everything happened for a reason, and
okay,
I'm here for a reason. You know.
okay. Let me rephrase that. If you could tell a 13-year-old that was going through the same things that you was going through at 13 years old, anything, if you could speak to him, what would you tell him?
It's gonna be all right.
Mm,
That's it. It's gonna be all right.
or stoic. I like that, man. I
Sure.
like that. When it's training camp, getting ready for a fight, what kind of music are you listening to kind of set your mood and set the tone for whether training or a fight?
It was Sam Cooke this camp right here.
Mm,
Yeah, it was Chain Gang.
okay.
We was really into that, and yeah, it was definitely Sam Cooke. Definitely
Okay,
Sam Cooke.
that's an oldie, man.
Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead.
Yeah, he was bringing it
How old are
back.
you? 27, 28?
I'm 27, but
20.
I'm an old soul.
Hey, I like that. I like that one.
Sure.
I like that one. After a fight, obviously we know you eating healthy. You gotta make sure that I mean
Yeah.
your body's in the right state of mind. But when that fight is over, that bell ring, you get that KO, and it's time to, you packing your bags, you get ready to leave the arena or wherever you fighting at. What's the first thing you gotta get to eat?
I don't think you peaked. We ran 4 miles after this last fight, so I tend to run miles after I'm done, just so I know that we still have work to do. You know what I mean? That's for me, it's like a mental block to understand that we're not done yet, and we're not complacent. So I always jump on a treadmill and get to work. You know what I mean?
Wait. So you saying all right. So I just want to get this right. You saying you got a second round knockout Friday night. You got in the shower, you packed your
Nah,
clothes.
I didn't no shower, no nothing. If you look at my story from Friday, I think I can send you the video. We jumped on the treadmill, ran 4 miles, and like I said, it's like mental work, man, where you don't get complacent, man, and you got to take care of your body. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your body no matter what. But I was prepared to go 15 rounds, and I didn't go 15, so I went and did a couple miles just to get my work in. You know what I mean? Cause I didn't want my training camp just to go to waste. It didn't go to waste. Of course, we don't get paid for overtime, but I wanted to get a little bit more work in. You know what I mean? And I did it.
And you a different kind of guy, champ. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You,
Alhamdulillah.
you,
We
you,
don't believe in clubs, brother. We don't believe in clubs.
hey,
We
hey,
we don't believe
hey,
in. Yeah, we just believe in hard work, and hard work will go a long way. You know, what I mean, the saddest thing in the world is a waste of talent.
yeah, you cut different. I like that, champ. All right, now,
Alhamdulillah.
obviously, you said you bought a house. Obviously, that means you said we, right? So that means
Yeah,
it must be a significant other somewhere.
yeah,
Um, what's three main qualities that that woman has to make you say, you know what, you are worth me buying a house with, you worth me
right.
spending my time with? Give me your three top qualities that she showed you
Um,
in order for you to do that.
I can give you more, but
Let's go.
it's the ability just to push me forward when I was going backwards in
Mm-hmm.
life. You know what I mean? Just the discipline. You know what I mean? When I don't like, there's times where I'm like, I may not want to work out, but I do want to work out. She always, no, you better work out. Even though I'm joking, just to hear she says, like, you better work out. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
little push. And it, man, and it's always just love. It's all love. You know what I mean? So I come from a foster background, and all I ever wanted was love. You know what I mean? And it could be any type of love, man. And I got a lot of love from everybody. My whole team just gives me love, and that's what a type of guy like me needs, man. From coming
yeah,
from the background I came from.
yeah. No, that's no, that definitely, it definitely makes sense.
Uh,
Now my last question to you, champ, is what do you want the world to know about Scooby? Excuse me.
Alhamdulillah, I just want everyone to know, just believe in yourself. You know what I mean? When everybody doesn't believe in you or don't believe in you, you have yourself, because at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror to brush your teeth, look in the mirror to pop that pimple, it's you that's doing it. It's you that's in that mirror that understands that it's trial and error that will make you the best person you are.
Yeah.
Believe in prayer. Prayer goes a long way. Yeah.
Manifest. Okay. All right. Hey, well, I appreciate your time, champ. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so
I
much.
think this was a dope interview, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the ring, man. And you
Thank you
saying
so
six
much.
rounds?
I told you, my guy. I said, hey, I'm gonna get this interview. I had to lock in for this last fight. I turned on a lot of things, a lot of fun. And I was like, nah, I just need to lock in for this fight to let people know who we really are. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
thank you again for just letting me be on this platform and understanding me and just letting me tell my story. And I really do appreciate that.
I appreciate you, champ. And hopefully, when you announce that big promotion, we can have you back and what I mean,
Yes,
talk
sir.
about the way forward, man. I really appreciate you joining this platform, champ. Thanks.
I appreciate you and have a good day. I'll talk to you soon, inshallah, bro.
Yes, sir.